Ain't you one of them girls? Ask you to dance, you say no, just to see how far I'll go. Your song comes on and your eyes close, that's when I know, yeah. You got your heart on lockdown, got a wall I gotta knock down. Kinda wanna do a shot now, come on now. And you one of them girls that ain't trying to meet nobody, you're just here for the party. If I'm wrong, then stop me. You're one of them girls that ain't handing out your number. You like to make us want you, you like to make us wonder if you're one of them girls. Cause I'm one of them boys who trade his whole world, yeah, for one of them girls who likes to act all quiet, sexy, not even trying. Yeah, you know I ain't lying. Damn right, you're one of them girls broke every heart in your hometown on the day you rolled out. Got them all wishing on stars now. Have I found one of them girls that ain't trying to meet nobody?
Good Tuesday afternoon, Jennings County. I am Caleb, and you're watching the JCTV News. Stop by the bookstore if you need a parking permit. Permits are required to park at the school. They are free. The band is looking for your vote on the internet. They are competing in the Metallica marching band competition. Some of Mr. Schneider's students were busy putting together DNA for the hemoglobin. Here's their story.
Hemoglobin is a set of molecules that together holds oxygen inside of your blood cells so that it can carry it to your muscles and other parts of your body. So all of this protein, which is a strand of amino acids that are put together in this type of, in this chain, this specific chain, it creates a protein that can hold the oxygen. And if a single part of it is incorrect, it won't work correctly.
Who you doing this for?
Yeah, pretty much. One time, Mr. Snyder jokingly said that, like, when we were having fun just putting together a bunch of different molecules that we could build hemoglobin, and we just decided why not, because it looked fun.
So this is work for Mr. Schneider?
Sort of, but it's more of just kind of for fun. And it's apparently supposed to be like the centerpiece of some science fair next year.
Key Club meets after schools on Wednesday in the library until 4 o'clock. Finally, we have a 5-day weekend as we are now about to start our Thanksgiving break. The weather continues to get colder. Here's your 8-day weather forecast.
You're one of them girls that ain't handing out your number. You like to make us want you. You like to make.
Hola, somos Ariadna
y Paula
y vamos a hacer el tiempo. Para empezar, la mínima será de 22 grados el martes que viene.
y la máxima será de 53 grados este martes y hay probabilidad de lluvia hoy y el domingo.
Adiós.
The girls basketball team was in action this week, and here's your sports.
Good afternoon, sports fans. The girls basketball team knocked off Cathedral on Friday night, 57-44. Molly Ernst just scored 21 points, Julianne Woodard scored 17, and Olivia Elmore added 7. Congratulations to Parker Bales, who was named to the Columbus Republic All-Area Tennis Team. Parker's a sophomore, and he won 18 matches this year. Making the honorable mentions was Ryan Shook and Ty Zorlot. Hi, I'm Nolan Sawaki, and I'm here with
Ty Zorlot.
You were named All-Area Honorable Mention for tennis. How does that feel?
Feels pretty good.
Do you have any plans for Thanksgiving?
Just being with my family.
All right. How does our tennis team shape up for next year?
Pretty good. We got some good 8th graders coming in, so we should be pretty good.
All right. Thank you. Congratulations. Gabrielle Morin has a new video on the recap of the girls basketball with Cathedral. The team theme was energy. The boys swimming team is looking for some additional members. Check out Preston Harriman's video.
Joint swim is a great team environment. It's a great way to support the high school. We have practices 4 to 6 every day in the afternoon from Monday to Thursday if you want to join.
On the college level, Indiana lost to Michigan State and will now close their season with a road game at Purdue. Purdue will also end their football season as they host the Hoosiers for the Old Oaken Bucket. 17th ranked Notre Dame will play their final game at Stanford. The Irish will probably play during the holidays. On the national level, the Colts return to action on Sunday with a home game against Tampa Bay. Here's a look at this weekend's sports schedule. Tonight, the girls' basketball team will be home to Jeffersonville, and the boys' wrestling team will be at Batesville. On Wednesday, the boys' wrestling team will be home for the double duels, and the boys' basketball team will be at Whiteland. On Friday, the boys' basketball team will be at Columbus North. On Saturday, the girls' basketball team will be at the All-State Sneakers for Santa Shootout. That's the latest in sports. Now on to birthdays.
You like to make us want you. You like to make us wonder if you're one of them girls. Well, I'm one of them boys who trade his whole world, yeah, for one of them girls. You're one of them girls. I wanna put my lips.
3, 2, 1. Asha! I'm here. Whew, just 1 second. Let me catch my breath. Once upon a time stood Rosas, the most magical kingdom, founded by a king with the power to grant wishes.
You are their handsomest, most beloved king.
You're right. I am a handsome king.
I'm so nervous, I think I'm going to explode.
My best friend, the king's apprentice.
My mouth drooping? I feel like it's drooping.
Asha, come with me. The wishes of Rosas.
Whoa.
People give their wishes to me, and I grant the wishes I am sure are good for Rosas.
Some of these will never be granted.
Not some, most.
They deserve more than...
I decide
what everyone deserves.
So I look up at the stars to guide me.
I wish.
And throw caution to every warning sign.
Oh, you spoil us with your magic.
I didn't do it.
What?
Last night, I made a wish on a star. And the star answered.
I'm talking. I am talking. Ha! Who knew my voice would be this low?
I believe I have just been threatened.
Who would dare threaten you? I have no response to that.
So I look up
There is a traitor amongst us. Find Asha.
It's a dead end.
With unsanded mahogany.
Oh, good find, Valentino.
My butt found it.
I started this. I have to finish it.
So I make this wish.
What are you hiding? Oh, nothing. And nobody.
What is going on in there?
Okay, ladies. Your wings can't fly, but your voices can.
Here's Miss Hill's quote of the day.
The quote of the day is, you have to accept whatever comes, and the only important thing is that you meet it with courage and with the best you have to give.
On this day in history in 1963, John F. Kennedy flies to Texas in preparation for his parade in Dallas. The following day, the 35th President of the United States would be assassinated.
We're all familiar with the story of the first Thanksgiving when the Pilgrims invited local Native Americans to share a meal with them. But we bet you didn't know Thanksgiving didn't become an annual tradition until more than 200 years later. That first Thanksgiving in 1621 wasn't just one big meal. It was a 3-day festival of eating, hunting, and other entertainments in honor of the Pilgrims' first successful harvest. The Indians killed 5 deer as gifts for the colonists, so venison was definitely on the first Thanksgiving menu. But we bet you didn't know that turkey was not. They also didn't have pumpkin pie or potatoes, which hadn't been introduced to New England yet. And while they may have eaten cranberries, they would have been served plain, not in a sauce or relish. The Pilgrims didn't plan on starting a Thanksgiving tradition. In fact, they didn't repeat the November celebration in subsequent years. In 1789, President George Washington announced the first ever national Thanksgiving holiday, which took place on Thursday, November 26th. But it didn't become an annual tradition nationwide until the 19th century. That's when an American writer named Sarah Josepha Hale, most famous for writing the nursery rhyme Mary Had a Little Lamb, was inspired by a diary of pilgrim life to recreate that first Thanksgiving feast. Beginning in 1827, Hale waged a nearly 30-year campaign to make Thanksgiving a national holiday. She also published recipes for pumpkin pie, turkey, and stuffing that probably didn't appear on the Pilgrims' plates, but would become the staples of modern Thanksgiving meals. In 1863, in the midst of the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln announced that the nation would celebrate Thanksgiving every year on the final Thursday in November. But did you know, in 1939, President Franklin D. Roosevelt decided to move the holiday up a week to give Depression-era retailers more time to make money during the pre-Christmas shopping season. The move was widely criticized, and in 1941, FDR signed a bill fixing Thanksgiving on the fourth Thursday in November, where it stays today. One of the quirkiest Thanksgiving traditions began in 1989, when President George H.W. Bush granted the first official pardon to a turkey. Every November since then, the current Oval Office occupant has given a reprieve to 1 or 2 turkeys, sending them into retirement on a farm rather than to a dinner table. Though it only began in the late 20th century, the story has become one of the more unusual chapters in the long history of Thanksgiving traditions.
Here's a look at your breakfast and lunch for the next week.
Hi, kids. I hope you eat a good Thanksgiving meal, have turkey, lots of the good sides, and eat healthy. And have a good Thanksgiving and a good weekend.
That's going to do it for us. Have a great Thanksgiving. See you next week.
The last moments of someone's life are all they are left with. End-of-life care through hospice is not just about dying. It is about how you live the rest of the time you have. Being as comfortable as possible while being cared for by specially trained nurses who help the patient and their loved ones accept difficult diagnoses gives peace to those in their scariest moments. Our Hospice of Southern Indiana strives to provide just that.
I'm Chrissy Riley. My grandmother, Barbara Citron, was a patient of our hospice, and Grandma fell, and we didn't quite know what to do. We knew that she wasn't going to get better. She was 94 with dementia. We were very fortunate to have them come into our home and enhance the end of Grandma's journey with us. You know, gave us that reassurance that we needed as her family, that she was okay. When she was here, that woman laughed so much. The staff was amazing to care for them, and they really were that extra family that we needed.
My name is Stella Millspaw. In 2020, I remember I was playing basketball in my barn with a friend, and my sister came into the barn. She was like, "Stella, we need to go." I realized what was happening, and I called Taylor and I told her that I thought Lila was passing away and that she should come to my uncle's house. The last few months that Lila was alive, she had seizures and she was on a feeding tube. She had no energy, she couldn't move, but hospice kept her comfortable, and there's nothing that means more to me than that.
Hospice helped my father. My brother.
My grandmother.
My mother-in-law. My grandpa. My grandfather.
My mother-in-law.
My mother.
My father and mother-in-law. My father-in-law. My mother. My grandfather. My niece.
My granny. My granddaughter. My Lila.
Little goblin on the floor.
Little goblin on the floor.
I think he just broke the camera.